Hi everyone and welcome back or to my channel. I recently was reading a quote that said, "It can be tempting in our goal-oriented society to push ourselves beyond our capacities in pursuit of success. But when we do this, we tell ourselves that our work is more important than our health. Without our health, our success means nothing. No promotion, no raise, no accolade will mean anything if you aren't happy and healthy." I think this is a really perfect quote for how I recently been feeling. I've been trying to do everything from school to military life and working on my content creation slash things that I'm passionate about. And trying to juggle all these things has made me feel completely burnt out. I spent a good chunk of last month just overworking myself, once again trying to dabble in so many different areas of my life, and I felt my body reaching a point of exhaustion. This exhaustion led me to just wanting to cuddle up with blankets, watch movies slash my favorite TV shows, and do absolutely nothing. In this video, I kind of talk more about ways to deal with burnout. Hope you enjoy. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley, and I make videos in regards to fashion, life, travel, and more. So without further ado, grab a snack or a drink, and I hope you enjoy this week's video. So for this week's video, I really wanted to talk about burnout and this idea of hustle culture, to kind of give a story time of where this motivation came. Is just from the recent month that has passed. So in a previous video, I kind of mentioned to you all how I walked into January very slow. I was not on the grind culture. I really just allowed myself to relax and to rest and to ease into the new year because that's what my body needed. However, soon after, it was time to get back to the work of things, so I had to start school and go back to my actual job. The holidays were now over. My mom was back in New Orleans, and it was time for me to go back to the career life, if you will. And at first, walking into it, I was like, it's a new year, it's 2023, I'm excited. But let's just say I piled a lot on my plate, and I quickly realized it was just too much and I burnt myself out. So I was taking 2 classes on top of working full-time, and I was trying to really focus on my content creation, so posting consistently on YouTube, launching onto different things like Instagram and TikTok as well. And so it was a lot, to the point that my days would consist of me waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning because I needed time for myself. So I wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I would spend an hour doing my devotions, journaling, meditating, stretching, things like that. And then at 5 a.m. I would be in the gym to work out. After that, I would come back, make breakfast, shower, and get ready to go to work. And then I'll be at work for like 9 hours and then have to drive home. I mean, literally, right when I would get home, I would take a shower so I can freshen up. And I would be starting schoolwork because I had to submit my courses. And since I'm doing online school, all of my assignments are due at a certain time, of course, but I'm 2 hours behind my school time. So like if assignment is due at 10, it technically for me would be due at 8. So like I'm having to, hurry up and come home, get a little bit comfortable, and start school. And then when I wasn't doing schoolwork, because I maybe didn't have an assignment due that day, I was trying to like edit YouTube and post consistently so that I can meet my weekly video. So it was just a lot that I felt like was happening in the month of January. A lot of different things that I was trying to balance. And I'm not upset about the month of January because I felt the most creative I did the last couple months, because I felt like I was in my winter season where I wasn't really as creative and productive. So walking into January, I was excited that my creativity was like really at an all-time high, and I was, you know, excited to go into these endeavors and do things I was doing. But I think along the way, I had to get realistic with myself and understand that it was just too much. And this is where I kind of want to talk about hustle culture. I think that we as individuals will feel bad for not doing enough. You know, it's like you need to be doing something every second of the day, every hour of the day. You can't take a break long enough. You know, you'll sleep when you're dead. All these different things, when it's like, let's go back here, okay? Because in order for me to function my best, I need to be my best. In order for me to be my best, I need to pour into myself. I need to rest, okay? I need to take things slow sometimes. And so the month of January, I had to kind of like end it with scaling back on some things. So I stopped taking 2 courses because that was just too much. Like literally every day, if not every day, every other day, I was doing schoolwork. I was up late trying to turn in assignments. I was up on the weekends trying to like finish assignments. I realized 2 classes for me with working full time is just not the best. So we're doing 1 course. I didn't want to stop school because I ultimately do appreciate being able to get my degree, and my classes aren't really difficult. It's just, you know, time management. And I realized with my time and just my mental health, 1 class would be better for me. Each class is 8 weeks, so I'll knock out 1 class and then move on to another for 8 weeks. So that's kind of like, you know, how I'm balancing that. But I think that in a sense it needed to happen because I was so caught up on like, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna be in the military full time, so like I need to work on school, I need to work on my content creation and work on my career goals, and I need to do these things that I forgot that, okay, Ashley, we see you, you know, you got some goals you want to do, you have some things you want to accomplish, but it's also okay to take time to rest. It's also okay to take time and balance it all, because you don't want to pile all these things on your plate right out of like, oh, look at me, I'm accomplishing all these things, but at the end of it you're drained. At the end of it you're mentally exhausted, physically exhausted. You don't even have time to really do the things that you love and want to do, or the things that you once loved kind of become things you hate because you're so mentally exhausted and drained. And I didn't want that. I didn't want that to happen with YouTube, with the different content I was making on like TikTok and Instagram. I just didn't want to feel drained in those areas, because ultimately I love making YouTube. I love fashion. I could talk about fashion for hours. I love doing these things. And clearly, you know, I do because it's not a job for me right now. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm just doing it because I love to do it. And I didn't want it to become like a hate, because I'm so busy that it's like stressed out and I'm exhausted and etc. So I'm so thankful that I could take a step back. I can really evaluate my time management and just understand like, okay, this upcoming month and maybe next month as well, just do one course, and then maybe after these 8 weeks, you know, I can say, okay, now I want to add another one. But really just listening to my body, listening to what feels good for me, what I want to do, is really helping me just be better mentally. So another thing with kind of scaling back on my school, I also decided that with my week, I do want to be consistent and post on YouTube weekly. My goal was every Sunday. However, it's so crazy because my last video, I was like, yeah, I want to post every Sunday. And then the week after that, things just got so busy and I didn't meet my Sunday goal. I think I posted like that Wednesday or something. And, you know, I wanted to be a little bit hard on myself. Like, oh my gosh, it's the new month, it's the new year. You said you was going to be consistent and you were, and now you missed, you know, your Sunday week. But the truth is, I would love to post weekly. Like, I would love to hit that Sunday time frame. But it may be a Monday. It may be every 10 days, you know what I mean? It may not be exactly on the 7th day. But I also know that I don't want to just put out content for the fact of putting it out and then I don't like it, or it's, you know, rushed and it's not its best work, and I'm once again mentally drained because I'm just trying to like get things done and I'm not actually loving what I'm doing and feeling inspired by what I'm doing. So please be patient with me and bear with me with my schedule of school and work, and know that if there isn't a video exactly, you know, on that Sunday time frame that I want to try to get, but if it's not Sunday, maybe Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, you are going to get a video. I don't want to be extremely inconsistent where it's like 3-4 weeks past. No, but it just may be a little bit more than that exact 7-day because of just life, you know. And I had to be gentle with myself, and I had to just kind of like be aware that I'm not going to know what my life's going to be. I'm not going to know where my health is going to be, you know. Some days you can feel like we're at our peak and we do a lot, we're very productive, and other days we just need rest, you know. And I think that with school and everything like that, I was so mentally drained that I was not in an edit mood, you know. I didn't want to take out my laptop and edit things. I just wanted to rest and relax, honestly. And so that is kind of like the delay for the video last week, but and even this week. But you know, I think that again, to anyone that's doing content creation, working, whatever like that, be gentle with yourself and know that maybe, you know, you do want to post every single week, but guess what, maybe you have to post sometimes every 2 weeks or every other 10 days or something like that, because sometimes life can take you in different, you know, endeavors, and just mentally you may not be there to continue. You know, I think we have to realize that we're not just these robots, but we're human beings that deserve rest, deserve ease, deserve breaks, you know, deserve time to recharge. And so you just have to like give yourself that. So that's kind of another update, is that maybe you will receive videos from me not every single Sunday, but they will be coming. Just be patient with me. So yeah, and then another update with just like hustle culture and burnt out that I've been feeling and facing is with work. I realized that on my lunch break, it is my time. I think also on my lunch break, I was trying to like edit, or I was trying to do schoolwork or just adult things, that even that little hour away from work wasn't even a break, because I was still focused on so many different things that I needed to do, had to get accomplished, my future. And I needed to say no. My lunch is my lunch, okay? If I want to read, I'm gonna read my book. If I want to call someone and talk and catch up, I'll call someone and talk and catch up. If I want to just sit in my car and eat my food for a little bit, I would do that. So yeah, I'm thankful that work isn't like super hard. I have like a bad leadership or anything like that. I'm really blessed for where I'm at. But again, you know, it just comes with balancing. You know, anything, no matter how easy or difficult it can be, when we don't manage our time, it can be a lot. And so I've just been really learning how to do that with these different endeavors, and it's been feeling good. So now that you kind of got like a little background on me and what I've been facing with the whole hustle culture in my life and just being burnt out by it all, I want to really just suggest some ways that maybe you can take notes down on or just learn from. Okay, I hope you can't hear this, but you probably can. This is I can't even talk. This is the pros of living in a city, you know? So many pros. Not while I'm trying to record. Okay, it's over. Thank God. But anyways, as I was saying, now I want to give some tips on some things that you could do to potentially help if you're feeling burnt out, you're feeling just exhausted, you're feeling low energy. I want to try to give you some tools to help. So number one, I would say is really just time management. It's kind of like the first thing I mentioned. And with that being said is don't feel the need to pile your plate with all these things. You know, again, tell yourself, you know what, on Wednesdays, that's my day to work on this particular task. But every other day after that, I'm focusing on different things that I'm feeling passionate about, that is bringing me joy, bringing me peace. You know, just time manage it the way that obviously works best for you. That is one thing I would say. Then the second thing I would say as like a tool to help is take a moment and really listen to your body. Really see, okay, why do I feel so burnt out? Or why do I feel the need to pile all these things on my plate that I become burnt out? You know, I think that that's kind of something I had to do. I had to sit myself and say, okay, why do I feel the need to constantly be productive? Why do I feel this need to succeed so bad in life? Like, where does that really stem from? Is it, you know, trauma I've experienced? Is it to make my family proud, make my younger self proud? Is it because I'm comparing myself to other people? Like, what is it? And, you know, really sit with that and then allow that to take root and heal from it. So for me, I knew that I grew up a good chunk of my childhood being a people pleaser. Like, I just wanted to please everyone, keep peace. And although time has changed and I've been healing, a lot of that still into my adulthood, to where I wanted to do all these different things to showcase, like, look at me, be proud of me, different things like that. And I was like, wait a minute, let's work through that, okay? And let's understand that the only person that we need to make proud and really, you know, be thankful for is ourselves. We're only in competition with ourselves. And so as long as I'm improving from who I was 10 months ago, even yesterday, that's all that matters. And so I would really challenge you to take a journal maybe, or speak out loud within yourself and ask, why do I feel this need to constantly pile things on my plate to the point where I get so overwhelmed, I get so burnt out, and then I crash and I don't want to do anything, you know? So really ask yourself those questions. And then another tool to help with burnt outness is, I would say, just taking time to do things that are going to pour into your energy. So that could be going for a walk, that could be spending time in nature, that could be reading a book, that could be getting off of social media, getting off of your phone, because we know social media will definitely be an energy drainer, as we can see other people and want to compare, as we can, you know, get down because we're not where we think we should be at our age and all these different things. So take time every single day, I would suggest, to do things that are going to pour into your energy. For me, recently, it's been reading. I love just reading. It's just so nice. My goal, oh my gosh, my roommate, oh my gosh, hopefully y'all can't hear that too much. I think I just picked the most horrible time to film this video, and I hope that it's somewhat decent. But my roommate is now on a phone call, and like, she's talking, and then people want to drive and honk. You know what? I just hope this video is somewhat decent. Anyways, this is the real. This is just gonna be a freaking real video with Ashley. Okay, you know what I mean? It's been a week. It's been a month. Last month we just walked to February. So just gonna get the real with me, okay? So, anyways, another tip that I was saying, is to really do things that are going to pour into your energy, like I was saying. For me, my goal was to read a book per month, because I want to read 12 books by the end of the year. But it's looking like that's going to be a lot more, because I've already finished my second book, and literally it's what, February like 5th, and I'm just so proud of myself, because like, what, I already finished my second book for February and just ended February. But that book was really good, and I just made time, and I was reading like every single day. I finished it in a week. The first book I read for January was It Ends With Us, and that's like a really big popular book now on TikTok. I would suggest you read it. I liked it, but it trigger warning. So I did take some time to really read and dissect that book, which is why I think it took me longer, and with school and everything else and added to that. But I read the second book to that series, which is It Starts With Us, and I finished that in a week, and it was really nice and much more like calmer than the first book. So yeah, I would suggest just doing things that can pour into your energy. And those are some things that I'm doing. And lastly, I would say just be gentle with yourself. You know, if you notice that like you just aren't feeling your best, rest, take it easy. I think that last week something that really hit me hard was I woke up and I wasn't feeling my best. I was feeling low. I was feeling just like not the best energy, and a lot of having to call off work. And I felt so bad for calling off work for all the different reasons, you know, like, oh, I don't want them to be low man. I don't want to look like I'm weak, and you know, all the different things that we, you know, are subconsciously told that we, you know, need to constantly work, and don't matter if you're sick or not feeling good, work. So anyways, I want to just listen to my body though, because I was so mentally drained. I realized I reached my burnt out place because I was just not time managing everything. I was just trying to keep going. Then my body crashed, and I woke up that day and like I literally felt like I physically couldn't. I wound up having to call off of work, and I'm thankful for like the leadership I have, because my boss was just really nice. I was like, yeah, like take the time, take the day you need. And so that was really nice. And so yeah, I wound up having to just call off work, and that day I just rested. Like I didn't do any schoolwork because luckily I think nothing was due that day, or maybe I did do schoolwork but it was like very later on in the day. I slept in, like I literally slept in to like 10 a.m. in the morning, which I never do that. Like I'm usually up by 4 on the weekdays, and then weekends like 6 a.m. So I slept in, I enjoyed that. I gave my body rest, and I just needed it. So my last kind of tip for you, just be gentle with yourself. You know, like if you wake up and you're not feeling your best, you're feeling burnt out and you want to take a nap, take a nap. If you need to call off work, here's your sign, call off work. Take some time for yourself. Mental health is so important, yet it just does not get talked about and enough recognition as it should. So pour into yourself, be gentle with yourself, you know, find ways that you can really pour into your energy, and just learn how to balance it. You know, I think that for me, I have so many goals, I have so many dreams and things I want to accomplish that I can get so excited and I start to like want to go in to do all these endeavors. But sometimes you just have to time manage and just do things slowly but surely, and that's okay, because what's meant for you will be, and everything will work out more than you could have ever imagined, as it already has time and time again. So I hope this video wasn't all over the place. You know, your girl I gave out a real video, okay? Like, it started raining and then stopped. We got loud distraction and noises from everywhere. You know, I may cut this out, but at the end of the day, I may keep it in, and I hope that it resonates with one person. But the truth is, on this channel, you're gonna get the real. And this last week, in the month of January, you know, it was a lot, okay? And I don't want to come on here and try to give you the pretty perfect picture, okay? On my channel, on YouTube, you know, we keep things real, okay? I'm just gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it buck with you, and be honest that sometimes, you know, you're gonna face burnt out. Sometimes you're gonna want to do things like record a video, and then everybody in the town want to start driving and talking and doing stuff, and it's like, I just want to get this video out. Why are y'all making all this noise? You know, sometimes you're gonna want to be really productive, and your body's like, no, sit down, you're not gonna do that. So this is just the real, okay? And once again, I hope this video resonates with somebody. Maybe you could take this and laugh and enjoy and just kind of get a glimpse through this video of how my January went, and some motivation that you're not alone. if you're feeling burnt out, we all been there, you know, it probably happened again. But now these are some tools and ways you can deal with it so that it doesn't happen as frequently. But love you all. Thanks for watching this week's video. As always, feel free to comment, subscribe, like, and if no one has told you, I'm proud of you and you're doing exactly enough and you're exactly where you're meant to be. Until next time.